It's 450 Leland Live, talking at M5. Danny Knowles with the Knowles Group bringing you the show tonight. Man, the markets were just on a fire this week. Except for they got a little freaked out about Greenland and Japanese bond markets and all that for a minute and tariffs, and then they made a bounce back. They're still bumping around 50,000. Danny Knowles is a lifelong friend of mine, but just an absolute expert in financial planning, and he is there to help you get all your financial planning done. Danny will walk you through it, help you get a timeline, help you get a dollar amount, help you get some discipline, a plan, a contribution, effort, whatever it is you need to do according to what your goals are. Danny can help you with that. With years of experience at some of the biggest firms in the country, but he's here now on his own with his own touch, doing it the way he would have it done. And I love that. It's the Knowles Group, Knowles, theknowlesgroup.com. Even though I look at the short day-to-day stuff in the markets because it's kind of headline-oriented, Danny and his team can ignore the craziness, the exuberant days and the down days, and keep you on track. That's how you really win in the markets, is think long-term and stay steady. It's the knowlesgroup.com, Knowles, theknowlesgroup.com. All right, let's do some more phone calls. I'm loving it as we bump up almost 5 o'clock now this afternoon. James is over on line 2. What's up, James? How you doing, man?
Hey, buddy, how you doing? I just want to point something out right here. I've been listening to a guy who's actually a ex-firefighter.
Yep.
And everybody says he's a prophet. He won't say that. He says he's a messenger.
Okay.
But anyway, my point. He was talking about them illegals, and I'm being here and stuff, and when Trump went, look, I voted for Trump last time, this time, next time, and am from now on. But here's the thing. Instead of, these Venezuela drug boats and all this stuff, and they just blowed up and all true enough. But like he was talking about Minnesota, and you got, like he said, you only got 6,000 FBI agents, and the thing that's going on up there, man. I don't really know what's at the bottom of all of it, but I know the girl that got shot and the FBI agent that shot her together has accumulated over right at $2 million. And I don't see why the FBI agent needed anything but a video. The video told the whole story. But
well, let's break that down. Hold on, James. He's not an FBI agent. He worked for, if I'm not mistaken, he was a Border Patrol agent.
Who we talking about now?
The guy that shot the girl in the where she almost ran over.
Okay, but still, she was trying to run over him.
Yeah,
Leland,
she
if
was.
that was me or you and somebody was trying to run over us, we'd probably shoot him.
I would.
You know what I'm saying, right? And here's the thing. His number one reason he was voted in was to get rid of illegals. And, since I ain't with 6,000 FBI agents, I don't see why he don't send the military on in there. Because, I'm for what's right.
Well,
and
you can't do that. You can't use the military to enforce laws like that. It's illegal. It's against the Constitution. You can use them. There are some exceptions during, say, an insurrection where there's a rebellion against the nation and a threat to the nation, which is what you see from these yahoos in Minnesota and their leaders in the government. They're defying federal law, and there have been times Alabama did it in the 60s over civil rights when the federal government has to protect that. But you can't send the military in to do law enforcement actions that way all over the country without being invited by the state.
I would send police officers from all over the country in there if that's what I had to do.
Well, those work for the
IS agents.
Right. They work for the city.
I seen this older lady.
All right, James, go ahead, man. Just do your thing.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
I seen
go
this
for
older lady out there the other day, up one of them's face, hollering with a bullhorn. Now that would have to take me or you. And he put her in handcuffs, and now they're crying about, she was an old woman and all this. I'm like, she was an old woman? Why she wasn't at home? Why was she out there messing with FBI agents? You know what I mean? And I just think Trump needs to turn his attention more to getting rid of these illegals, because that's what he voted in.
Dude, he's doing more than any president in our lifetime. The border's secure. 2 million of them have already left, some on their own, and some are being rounded up. Congress just gave ICE another $10 billion to conduct these operations. And there are deportations and roundups going on elsewhere outside of Minnesota that you're not seeing. It's getting done. I think Trump would agree with you. He'd like to.
They keep talking about criminals and stuff like this, and rapists and child molesters and stuff like that. Hey, he was a criminal when he crossed into this country.
Yep.
That's been a law for as long as I can remember until Basement Joe
they're deporting them.
Ford Saleh Kamala let them in.
James, I appreciate your call, buddy. I hope you have a good weekend. AJ, did you hang up on him? AJ's got control of the button. James was fired up, but just a little bit misinformed on what's going on with the law reads. I don't know. You're not going to find another president in history that's put more capital on the line and more fervently wants this operation to be conducted other than Eisenhower. Remember, they had back then they were even more crass about it. They called it Operation Wetback. That was the official name of it, to get people from Mexico back out of the country. And that was just a Mexico-U.S. thing. That wasn't even this international wave of humanity that came at us. The problem is huge and it's complex, and in places that are cooperative, where you can, at the invitation of a governor, like in Memphis or down in Louisiana, you can use a combination of National Guard and local police to affect protection of a community. But you can't just, with the posse comitatus, you can't just go around the country with the military just running people off. They're getting removed. The other thing to do that, and you also want to do it humanely. I mean, there are people that are caught up in this. They're merely sitting around in El Salvador with nothing to do and no job before El Salvador had a revival, and got an invitation for a free ride to America and the promise of opportunity. A lot of folks have jumped on that deal over the centuries and may not have understood how exactly serious some of this was. Others are gang members and awful people. And it's hard to sort them out on this side of the border when our government didn't sort them out before they crossed the border, which is the problem all along. So Trump's team, I think, is showing some diplomacy in some of those areas, but they're absolutely moving people out of the country. These idiots in the streets, y'all, that is designed to rile people. Like you heard how James was fired up about that. Those images are just designed to get people to feel unnerved as if the country's spinning out of control, and it's not. It is a handful, a couple hundred radicals in frozen Minnesota. Nowhere else in the country are we seeing this right now. You're seeing some people that oppose ICE operations, but you're not seeing the chaos, and that's because of their poor leadership. In other places, ICE is going about its business and doing its work according to the law, and that is our system. It's not MEAL Team 6 and these fat bastards dressed up like they're in combat trying to fight with physically fit Border Patrol agents, which are, by the way, handling their business. They haven't slowed operations one bit. They're still making these deportations. And these fools they arrested this week for raiding that church, they're going to spend the rest of their life realizing how meaningless their pseudo-revolution was. It means nothing. It means prison bars and 3 nasty meals a day from some jail somewhere. That's all their revolution amounted to. Back in a minute. Leland Live.